Hi everyone, welcome back to DIY Solar series of ground mount solar panel video. This should have been the video that I probably have started with. This is the introduction for my solar panel ground mount using Unistrut. And what I mean by Unistrut, I'm talking about these posts right here, or these metals that frequently gets used or has been used by plumbers and electricians most of the time in commercial buildings. See, it says right there Superstrut. Superstrut is actually, I think, only sold at Home Depot. It's a copy of the original inventor of this type of metal, called Unistrut. So I think Superstrut is a copy. It's a cheaper copy, but I think it's just as good. Basically, let me show you here what is a Superstrut. Give a brief introduction. So a Superstrut is basically a metal shaped into this channel like thing, and this channel looks like that right there. It has a U-shaped channel, and there's a bunch of accessories that can hook into this channel that has threads for nuts and bolts, etc. to attach. Like, for example, there's a pipe clamp attachment, there's a angle attachment, there's or you can attach two Superstrut together like so with certain type of attachments. So there's all kinds of different ways that you can use Superstrut. So it's kind of like an all-purpose. Here's an example right here. Is I guess an angle where the bolt goes in one side, goes through here, and it holds this particular part here. Here's a, I guess, non-intended use. So I just kind of have a nut, a bolt, and a nut here to hold the this column here, or this column right here, the vertical column. So it's a very easy system to use, and wanted to show you that this can be done instead of buying an expensive ground mount racking system, which you can buy. So this is going to be about a fraction of the cost. Each one of these Superstrut costs, this is a 1400 or 14 gauge, I think is what I call it, 10 foot long. I think at the Home Depot costs about $15. The one that is zinc galvanized, or zinc coated, not galvanized. Yeah, zinc coated. They don't rust. This particular Superstrut here has been installed since 2017. Especially this is the first section out of many sections that I built there. So this is 1, 2, 3 sections over the years that I built, and as you can see, zero rust. All right, so let me describe how this was built as far as the structure is concerned. To do that, I'm going to draw a diagram first here. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a diagram here that represent this side view here. So it's kind of like a triangular shape. Oops, I'm trying to do this with one hand. I have no cameraman. So it's kind of like a diagonal line like that. This is representing the solar panel, and I have 1 panel, 2 panel, and 3 panel. Excuse me. And so they're all supported by the Superstrut. This is at the 26-degree angle here, and this is my angle for being in Houston, Texas. or Katy area, Katy, Texas is 26 degree. Your area is probably going to be different. Let me draw the ground here. So this is the ground. Okay, and I have several posts coming out of the ground. The first one being up here, I mean down here. That's the first post. First post here. Second post is, I'm just gonna skip all the way, or I guess the last post. So when I first created this, I just create the first post and, excuse me, the last post. And I try to create this 26 degree angle. I'm gonna leave a URL in the description of this video where you can get that angle for depending on which area of the world that you're at. For example, I believe if you live in the equator, which is right in the middle of the earth, you know, let's say this is the earth. If you live right there in the middle on the equator, I believe you don't have any angle. This thing is just going to be 180 degree. Basically, you're just facing up, just like flat like that. Okay, and here I live in Houston metropolitan area, or Katy, Texas, and my angle is 26 degrees. All right, so once you get 26 degrees, and then you have this one post here, one post here, and then you have the post connecting here and here, then you can just take a middle point, and then you'll have another post going up and down here, just like that. So my post goes down about anywhere between 2 to 3 feet for all of them. 2 to 3 feet here, 2 to 3 feet here, etc. And I usually would create a hole just using a regular shovel and trenching shovel or whatnot. I'll just create a hole about, usually about 12 inches, about a foot. So 12 inches diameter of a hole, 2 to 3 feet deep. And I just put the post, the Superstrut post, right in the middle. And that would be strong enough to make that post stand straight, or make sure it's plumb, of course, and support the weight. So how do I know it's strong enough? Well, mine has been here for 3.5, about 4.5 years actually, and it's still here, and I haven't seen any issue. Everything is still straight, level. It went through several not hurricane, but really 70 miles per hour gust winds, etc., and no issue at all. Yeah, so let me see what else I need to describe. Yeah, so the post here, let me do a measurement of the exact height of it, at least for 26 degrees, to give you an idea of how long these posts are. So from the ground up, this post right here is 65 inches for the last post, and then this post here, it is 39 inches, and then the first post is, looks like probably about a foot only. I would say about 13-14 inches. But remember, there is a portion of the post that is buried 2 to 3 feet deep for each one of these. All right, now after you have the post that goes up and down from the ground, it will hold these horizontal posts right here. So we will take a angle. This is part of the Superstrut or Unistrut component. This is a 90-degree angle, This is a small one. I think I have a larger one right here. You can use either one. Let me see, where's my larger one? There it is. Yeah, this one right here. So this is a larger one. As you can see, I only use one hole here, one hole here. So a small one is actually just fine. It's strong enough. And so that holds the horizontal beam here. And as you can see, I don't know if you can tell here, it bows down because of the weight. I didn't notice that until much later. So what I did was, to help with that situation, I actually installed another ground to middle beam support here to help push it up, support it upwards, so that it can support the weight. So this is a double post side by side, and it's using an angle iron there, and it's just pushing directly up. I use a car jack to push it up, and then tighten the bolt. Yeah, so that works pretty well. That's supporting this first section enough that I don't have to worry about the bowing. As you can see here, the first section no longer bows down. Well, it kind of does, but very little. I can see that it's bowing down a little bit right here. All right, so this is one section from this post to this post is what I call one section. And if you notice that, to connect between one section to the next section, I take two of the ground posts and bolt it together side by side like this. So there is a connection bolt somewhere right there. You see that? There's a connection bolt, and there's probably one. Usually I put another one all the way to the bottom. It's probably already buried. It doesn't matter once it's buried, obviously. It's only needed to keep the post together before it's buried, but at least I know for sure that this bolt right here helps to keep the top part together, so that it doesn't come apart. Because yeah, so having this two bolt like that, it actually makes this super rigid. I mean, this is almost as good as concrete right here. I mean, it is buried in concrete, but I'm saying it's as stiff or as rigid as a concrete column. This is probably because also everything is tied in together, where you really have to have a lot of force to really move everything, because everything is anchored down to the ground. Every post is about 2 to 3 feet anchored to the ground. So there's a lot of cement here. Yeah, so this shouldn't be going anywhere. Okay, let me explain further. So in each section, like I was saying, we have the ground post, and ground post, and the ground post that is between two sections are doubled up like that, and there are bolts that connects them. And in each section there is also 3 horizontal beam. That one right there, that one, and the one all the way at the very bottom. Basically connecting each one of the ground posts from left to right, we put a vertical beam, and that's not cut. That is just the pure uncut length of the superstrut, which is 10 foot. Okay, probably we can see it easier here from a section that is not populated or doesn't have the solar panel yet. All right, so this one right here, for example, you can see that this is the horizontal beam here, and the horizontal beam, this is the one that is most top. There's 3 of them, 1, 2, and that one is the 3rd one there. Okay, and other than that horizontal beam, we also then have to have a vertical beams, which are these guys right here. So this is a 2 superstrut connected together. I actually have to weld these, and this is if you want to have a I guess a system or a section that is as large as mine. So my system, as you can see, can accommodate 4 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think these panels are about 41 inches each, so 41 times 4, we're looking at 168 inches, so it's pretty long. So if you don't have to, if you want to save some time and not need to connect 2 superstruts together like this and welding it, etc., you probably just want to go with maybe 3 panels, and you can get away from not having to connect them together. Another issue from connecting it together is that it became okay. I'm gonna try to draw the a particular section. So this is the most bottom post here, center post that goes to the ground, and this is the back post, and so the ground is kind of going like that. So again, so this is one post, superstrut, second post, and third post, and they all go down 2 to 3 feet into the ground, into concrete, 12 inches in diameter, round. You don't have to use those concrete tubes. I just simply dig around and put concrete in there. You don't even have to pre-mix the concrete. I just pour the concrete, pour water, mix it up a little bit as I'm pouring in, and that's good enough. Kind of like building a post for a fence. And then afterwards you would connect, so this is the post on the other side, then you would connect them with the horizontal beam, and the horizontal beam are the actual pure uncut superstrut. They're 10-foot uncut. They're just going to connect like that using an angle connector, and it bolts on here and here. And I'll have those parts list in the description. Same thing with the middle part right here. So you'll take a 10-foot superstrut, angle connector here, screw bolt here, screw bolt here. Same thing on this side, you'll be done. And then the last one here, now you have all the horizontal beam. Then you put in the vertical beam that goes this way, and you want to position them where, let's say this is your solar panel right here. Oops, actually, let's go on to the next paper. I lay my solar panel horizontally instead of vertically, like this. I guess landscape instead of portrait. And when I lay it like this, my vertical beams, the superstrut beams, goes like this. This is behind it, of course. This is behind the panel. And I will take a square washer, they call it, with a bolt that goes and attached to the superstrut underneath it into a nut, so that it secures this panel. And the next one just kind of butt against it, and the thickness of the bolt actually separates the panel exactly, so it has just enough separation for the wind to kind of go through without this completely sealed, and for water to also drip down before going to the next one, etc. So it just provides enough gap in between that is really nice. So then you can put another washer here, another bolt here, and 2 panels actually gets fastened or pressed down by 1 washer. 1 washer presses down 2 panels simultaneously, and you just keep going up and up until the very end. Make sure at the very end though that you have enough length for you to put the last panel, so that you can put the last washer at the very top. Otherwise then you have nothing to hold here at the top. That's about it. So the components are very cheap. So the pros here is that the pros is cheap, and you can do it yourself, and you can get this from Home Depot. You can just buy every single component from Home Depot, and it won't rust. Okay, the cons are probably that this is going to take some time, your own time, and then this is not gonna be looking as great. Looks amateurish. And what else? That's about it. I don't know what else could be a con, actually. It's strong enough, and it actually, as far as the look is concerned, from far away, nobody can tell whether you spent $5,000 or if you spent $1,000 building your ground mount, because from far away all they see is just panels. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been informative. I plan to create different videos for all these different sections, one section at a time. Like, for example, when I'm installing the vertical beams, and when I'm installing the horizontal beam, when I'm digging. I have a lot of clips that I'm gonna start uploading for all these different videos, different parts of this ground mount solar panel system that I'm going to put in different videos, different clips. So please subscribe to DIY Solar channel, so that every time I release a video, it's gonna give you a notification. So click on that bell thing with the quotation, whatever, so that this will give you notification when I upload another video. So this channel is all going to be about solar panel, and I'm also going to go inside the garage where I'm going to explain how I put on my own solar edge inverters, and how those are the disconnect switches, and how I get approved by myself from my utility company so that I can operate the solar panel. It took me a year and a half to get those system and electrical cable that I did all by myself approved by my utility company, that I can operate the solar panel safely. I'm going to be describing all that from a point of view of an amateur, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'll be more than happy to tell people what not to do when they do their own solar panel. So please subscribe, please like this video, and give it a better chance for other people to find this video and help them also. And thank you for watching, and have a good day. Bye. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to see more do-it-yourself video like these, and support my channel. Thank you.